Hi, today we're going to talk about how small and medium-sized businesses can adapt their strategy to take advantage of the AI development and also mitigate any negative consequences that AI can have for the company. So the reason why it's so important at the moment to change the strategy according to AI is because of the speed of development. Probably you heard the term AGI already. Artificial General Intelligence. Well, the point of AGI is defined in different ways, but most commonly it's used as the point in time where an artificial intelligence can do everything a human person can do, only better. So while these definitions vary, a lot of experts now agree that this will happen in about 5 years' time. So as you can imagine, this will impact a lot of companies. So the question is, how can you, as a small or medium business company, change your strategy to adapt to this new situation? First, let's remember that developing in AI and reaching AGI will in general give a lot of growth to the society. It is expected that the GDP growth rate will increase from the current level of 2 to 3% to above 5% per year. Nobody, of course, exactly knows what will happen, but at least these are the guesses. So on average, people should become richer and companies should make more money as a result of AGI and AI advancement in general. But the wealth and the opportunity will not be distributed evenly. So this video is about how you can be on the right side of the AI development by optimizing your strategy. We call it future-proofing your strategy. So just to introduce myself, I'm Daniel Kafer. I am a co-founder of the company called Consult with AI. And what we basically do is help small and medium-sized companies strategize and use AI to their advantage. So you might have been thinking about or have been concerned about how will AI impact your company. So basically there are 4 ways that AI can impact your company. On the positive side, there can be new ways that you can use AI to grow your company. This can be more efficient sale or marketing, or it could be somehow to develop your own services and products with AI that will create more sales. The second positive development you can get from AI is to use your resources more efficiently. This can lead to higher growth, but it can also lead to higher profit, as you can reduce your costs using AI. But it's not all positive news. Of course, if your competitors start using AI more effectively than you do, and there's competition within your industry, you will probably see prices starting to fall in the industry. That can hurt your profits and your revenue if you don't make sure that your company evolves as quickly as your competition in terms of using AI. And fourth, there's the worst scenario that some AI tool can completely take over the industry that your company is in, pretty much leaving your company with no revenue at all. So what can you do as a company? Well, first you need to get an overview of the situation and you need to understand how you can adjust your strategy to take advantage of the good things that AI can bring to your industry and your company and how to avoid the negative effects. We call this future-proofing your strategy. So let's try to unpack what a future-proofing strategy could look like. I think this is best done by using an example. Let's talk about, for example, a law firm operating in a smaller town. We will call this firm a small town general law. So it's a small law firm, let's say 10 people, operating in a smaller city. And they practice general law, so they're in different fields within practicing law. So they're both, for example, in criminal law, They deal with family law, but they also help businesses reviewing contracts, making contracts, and doing legal research in general. So let's say that their work is split with 40% reviewing and creating contracts and general legal research and advice. 30% would be on family law. This could be, for example, divorces or other conflicts in family. And the last part would be criminal law. So if we take each area, there will be a different impact from AI. Without going into a greater analysis, it's quite clear that AI will most quickly have an impact on the general research and on creating and reviewing contracts. Already today, you would have GPTs, which are basically large language models or bots you can talk about and get most questions answered within business law, for example. It could also draft contracts for you. It could also interpret contracts that you have already signed. So this area is definitely vulnerable to be taken over by AI. But there could be a window of opportunity where the law firm can actually save a lot of resources and money using AI when they advise their companies within this area. It could be defined in the future-proofing strategy that it will probably take 3 or 4 years before the clients of this law firm would be sophisticated enough to to use, for example, a large language model or another AI tool to replace these activities from the law firm. So in this period, they could definitely use this area as a cash cow, increasing their profits. And maybe later they would even want to become a market leader in supporting clients using bots. So instead of being totally replaced, they are seen as a helping hand for their clients to reduce their cost on these simpler cases, also leading them to get more complex cases. So moving on to, for example, family law, let's just take divorce as an example. Often these cases are much more emotional and they take either negotiation or they take going to court. So there will be regulation stopping AI from overtaking this area. And also in terms of the negotiations, it's probably likely that people will prefer to have a human representative trying to negotiate these settlements. So it will probably take quite a number of years before we can consider that AI would replace these tasks. On the other hand, AI can be used internally by the law firm here to optimize negotiation tactics, to do a lot of the admin work related to these tasks. So again, here we could see efficiency gains from AI. Finally, criminal law would be the last area to be impacted too much by AI. Especially, it would be an area that would not be replaced by AI in the foreseeable future, as you would need to go to court and there would simply be legal delays in allowing AIs to represent criminals for their defense, for example. So it's quite unlikely in the next 5 or 10 years that this part of the business would go away. So in a future-proofing strategy, we would put in different steps. So perhaps advise this general law firm that for the long-term strategy, they should not expect their revenue and profit to come from creating and reviewing contracts. So the strategy within the first part of reviewing contracts is to offer more complex services to the clients, as AI would replace that part. Another possible strategy would be slowly to have a larger and larger part of the business move into family law and criminal law to ensure that AI will not negatively impact the revenue. Of course, setting up a future-proofing plan for a company will be very individual. It will depend on the owner's ambition. For example, are they looking for their company to be a cash cow the next 10 years before they retire, and then they're actually fine with the company being dissolved? and just wanting the highest profit in that period, then you would have one strategy. If, on the other hand, they wanted this company to grow for generations, it would be very important to find that niche that would be untouched by AI, where they can continue to grow. Or perhaps the goal is to sell the company within a certain time frame, and then the goal would be to increase revenue and growth and profit as much as possible within a shorter time frame. So the future proofing strategy all depends on a lot of individual circumstances, but it starts with taking a view on the AI and innovation development and seeing where innovation will impact the company. If you're curious about how you can take advantage of our services, have a look at our website, and also get in touch with us for a conversation of where to start with AI for small and medium businesses. Thank you.